Hey guys, and welcome to Star Citizen 2.6, a quick start guide looking at Star Citizen's universe, specifically focusing on flight mechanics and controls for Arena Commander and the Persistent universe in 2.6. If you'd like to see the more first-person shooter side and Star Marine side, please check out the guide linked in the description below. We've already done a video on that. In the main menus, you'll find Arena Commander is the arcade dogfighting and racing modes, allowing you to jump in quickly and go, I want to fight or I want to race. And Universe will allow you to enter your hangar, the Persistent universe, and any other areas like ArcCorp. Arena Commander and the flight mechanics have had a huge overhaul. Ship combat speeds are basically halved, or at least drastically reduced. Cruise speeds are no longer a separate flight mode. They are part of combat and standard ship flight. So it's an important part of combat, and we need to look at them. Cruise speeds have been merged with the standard SCM mode and can be achieved now in all game modes and situations. Holding Shift will allow you to go up to your maximum cruise speed. Doing so will consume a boost and afterburner fuel. Release whenever you want to retain that speed. This will no longer consume any fuel, and you'll regenerate fuel even. If you keep travelling in a straight line, you'll retain your speed, but if you change direction, you will lose it. Pickups. So missiles persist between deaths in Arena Commander now, so there's going to be hopefully less of a missile spam. You're going to require pickups now to refill these. There are 4 pickups available: repair, missiles, ballistic ammo, and boost and afterburn fuel. Each enemy killed could yield 1 or more of these. This will be Vandal, players, and pirates. Just fly very, very close to those pickups to pick them up. Ship customization in Star Citizen for Arena Commander and the Persistent universe is incredibly easy now. You can go into Arena Commander if you want, and then click on Ship Customization. It's as simple as that. In the bottom right, you can select what ship you'd like to customize, and then it'll bring that ship up, and you can see each of the individual hardpoints, which you can browse on the left-hand side, or you can click on the individual hardpoint here, and it will tell you if a item is free or if it's already in use on a different ship. Obviously, you can take them off and move them around if you want. And it's pretty intuitive and pretty simple. Load of new missiles and missile hardpoints as well. So just bear that in mind. Lots of things have had a big rework. So seeing the weapons, knowing how the weapons fire and work, they're all different effects, different looks, different feels. So just bear that in mind if you are trying to make a meta build. Everything's changed. You'll earn rec by playing an Arena Commander in those multiplayer public matches. If you go to Store and Electronic Access, you can spend that rec on renting ships, but also weapons and items which will appear in that customization menu. There's loads of new missile hardpoints and equipment, lots of new missiles, and generally just loads of weapons for you to try out. And this is the best place to try out those weapons. You can rent them here, and it does give you details on each of the weapons, what size they are, and that sort of stuff. So make sure you buy the correct ones for your hardpoints. Pressing X will boost your ship's thrusters, giving you more maneuverability, but this consumes afterburner and boost fuel, and can be used at the same time as afterburner. As you can see in the bottom left, it says boost and afterburner. Just pressing X will be boost. You can also space brake now by pressing left, Alt, and X. But if you wanted to stop quickly, I do suggest setting a throttle to 0 by pressing S and holding X. That will give you like a boost stop. C puts you into decoupled and coupled mode. Just cycle through those modes there. When in decoupled mode, this allows your ship to keep its vector, but effectively strafe fire and shoot behind you while retaining that vector. You can also strafe much more accurately while in decoupled mode. Left, Alt, and V, as you can see in the bottom right of my HUD, cycles through my safeties. Now, G-Safe, this helps my ship to not turn too fast. You basically lose some potential maneuverability, but you are much less likely to red out. And again, Comstab helps your ship skid less when it turns, basically. Turning these modes off potentially gives you more control of your ship, but you are less safe, effectively, especially when you're turning fast. You're much more likely to red and black out. On the right of your HUD, you'll see your countermeasures. Pressing G will cycle through what countermeasure you've got selected, and holding G will launch that given countermeasure. An icon will appear on your screen showing you what countermeasure to use in any given situation, but sometimes it's best to be prepared and have them in mind what missiles are countered by what. A couple of other useful controls that you might want to use. Right Alt and comma is mouse move mode, so you can switch from between basically interactive gimbaled mode to relative mode, or basically your mouse moving the front of your ship, which is what I normally use. Also, there's Right Alt and M, which I believe is called look ahead mode. Basically, when this is on, and it's on by default normally, your pilot will look very slightly in the direction you're moving before going back to the centre of the screen. As you can see there, when I'm pulling that way, my head will move there before returning to the middle. I don't like that. I like mouse move mode on effectively and look ahead mode off. The speeds of all the ships have been drastically reduced when in standard SCM mode, but there's also been a complete rebalance of missile loadouts for all ships. All new missile racks and missiles have been created for those ships as well. There's a complete rebalance of shields for all ships as well. Basically, everything has changed. You will need to relearn to fly again, pretty much. It's a brand new game, mechanically, really. In the Persistent universe as well, there's new ICC missions, there's an Easter egg hunt mission, and there's lots of scavenging to be done around Yella, the Starfarers, and other large wrecked ships. Things have been moved around a bit. Grimhex is slightly moved around a bit. I suggest becoming a criminal to be able to pinpoint it much more accurately. There are lockers and wrecks and lots of smaller things for you to find and explore too. PU in the control system, the control setup, B will now bring up the quantum travel destination still. N will toggle landing mode on, and if you hold N with landing mode on, you will auto land. Holster weapon is now hold R, and B now allows you to walk when you're on the ground, and F is to generally interact with stuff with the inner fort system, although you can mouse wheel up and down to change action if it has multiple actions for that object. Holding F will allow you to exit a chair, a pilot seat, a gun, or a station. Friends, so pressing F11 will bring up the Friends menu, which you can add friends on there. You want to add them by their handle. You can still add friends via lobbies as well if you go into a lobby in Arena Commander or even Star Marine. At the top of the screen, there's the invite button. Click this, enter your friend's handle, and then add. And it's best practice, basically, to make sure that you both have each other invited on your friends list before trying to invite them into a game. Otherwise, you might not be able to see them. Although frame rates have been vastly improved, there is still some server-side issues with the Persistent universe. Obviously, the game is alpha, but this video can also be used for feedback, suggestions, and that sort of stuff. Try and pertain it specifically to the flight model in the Persistent universe as possible. We do have a Star Marine video as well. Your input is critical, basically, so throw things at me. And the idea also with the alpha in general is to find bugs, so please use the issue counter if you find a bug, or you go, this balance is awful, go on the forums and post it in the appropriate section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember that commenting on any of our videos through a given month gives you a chance to win Avenger Titan. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the verse.